This week, I'm interviewing colourful character Beth from Client Services to learn all about how this very special department is our go-between for our charity partners, our fundraisers, and, well, the whole of our head office team. Hello, Beth. Welcome to this podcast episode, and thank you very much for your time today. I know you're a very busy person doing your hectic job, so we'll just crack on and you can tell me all about the world of client services and everything that you get up to at Charity Link. Awesome. What is the role of client services in a nutshell? What's the kind of purpose of the whole department?
So we manage all campaigns, both private site and on the home-to-home channels, supporting not only our our clients, our charities, but our fundraisers out in the field. This can be anything from supporting with tablet issues all the way up to creating innovative pitch materials, which is really exciting.
Oh, so it's quite a varied role. You get your teeth into quite a few different things. So
yeah, we do a lot.
Tell me about the team in general, sort of who specifically does what, or do you all mesh in? I mean, is it a kind of shared initiative, or does everybody have more of a divisive role?
So we have certain things we do during the day. So like Tom Swallow heads up the department. He supports the whole team on a daily basis. And he's our escalation point, and we can ask him any daily questions that we have. He also works with us, each of us, on our personal development within Charity Link, which is really lovely. Myself and my colleague Steve are account managers, and we communicate directly with the clients to ensure everything runs smoothly. And the charity, we make sure that we are the charity's best brand ambassadors across the business, which is lovely. Jess and Sarah manage our mystery shopping and complaints to ensure that our fundraisers are supported through these processes. They also support myself and Steve and the rest of the team on daily tasks, which is really handy. They're great. And Laura and Miriam manage our daily running of all sort of tasks, including but not limited to daily rotas and for our private site channel, and knock sheets for our home to home, which is really, really great.
Wow, it sounds like a very tightly run ship.
Oh, we work very hard over in client services. We all know what we have to do, and we all share it well.
Who's got the best job?
I think we all do. We're all very open, and we all swap and change and share. So there's no one set thing. We all work together really well.
So you've already kind of touched upon the kind of things that that client services get up to, but what would a typical day look like, if there is such a thing?
There isn't such a thing for client services. For Miriam and Laura, there is more structure with getting the daily rotas out for our private sites. That has to be out before 11:30, things like that. And during the week, they have to get the knock sheets out for our home-to-home channel. They create them, they print them, they send them out with help from field support, which is really, really cool. But for myself and Jess and Sarah and Steve, there is no such thing as a set thing. We could be doing anything during our days, from designing new pitch materials to having client meetings to dealing with our management, just to have a conversation about how we can take things forward to the next level. So yeah, no real set things, but it's all fun and games. So
would you say it's really important to be reactional, and do you enjoy the spontaneity?
So that is actually part of the answer for your next question, I do believe. Which is one of our biggest challenges. So I'm just going to jump ahead and crack on.
Go for it.
So we are, as a department, very reactive, which is one of our biggest challenges, as we would rather be proactive, but that's not the kind of department we are. But we have become absolute experts in juggling competing priorities and requests from across the business. So we've taken that reactive role, and we're trying to make it as positive and proactive instead of reactive as possible.
Yeah, I mean, do you enjoy working that way? I guess it keeps you on your toes.
Does keep me on my toes, keeps me busy, and no day is the same.
Yeah, I think I kind of like that, though. I think to keep things spicy and a bit of variety. In fact, if I had a motto, it would be variety is the spice of life.
It is indeed. Yeah, I find myself doing a number of things during a day that I'm like, cool, didn't think that was going to be my day today, but that's fine.
And it's quite nice to be, I guess, learning new things, like new challenges, because obviously that is growth for you and in your career progression.
Absolutely.
So, within client services, obviously you've got, your clear roles as well as meshing together, but what other departments do you work closely with, and
So we
how do
work
they help
with
you?
everyone. There's not a department that we don't touch. We also work super closely with the field. So we literally touch every part of Charity Link, from field to HR to recruitment to yourself in comms and venues and field support themselves. We talk to everybody because we have to. It's part of the role of client services. But we're very lucky to have support from everybody in every department in Charity Link.
But people team are your favourite, right?
Oh, of course, people team for life.
Obviously. So what personally motivates you, Beth? What gets you up in the morning thinking, yeah, I'm energized, I'm ready?
So coffee and knowing I've done the important thing, I've got a new blender, iced coffee for life.
Good coffee.
Yeah, good coffee. But knowing I've done a great job. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not all about the money. I'm all about knowing that I've done a great job and I've done the best that I can for that day. Even if I can only give 30%, but if that 30% was my best 30%, then I've done a great job. And working with our fundraisers and creating them new incredible things that they can use to be at the top of their game is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, nice. I think it's lovely to feel that you've made somebody else's day a bit better as well, or a bit easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, that it's satisfying for sure. And that would be, would you say, your most rewarding part of your job as well?
One of them, but one of the other things is seeing the incredible difference that our fundraisers make to and for our charities. And especially when they're holding materials that I've designed, it's really cool. Like, they're signing people up and I'm like, I've designed that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of our fundraisers for everything they achieve, and that's kind of what the most rewarding thing is, the fact that what I do helps these people help more people, which is just incredible.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think working closely with the charities, you're actually hearing firsthand the impact, where that money is going and what that money means to the beneficiaries. And yeah, I can imagine that is super satisfying.
It's pretty cool.
Because we're more on the sort of, in my role, it's more periphery. So although I know that I'm indirectly helping people who are helping people who are helping, it's that one step closer, I guess, which is really nice. And I, as a fellow designer myself, I totally get that. There's pride in seeing your work kind of being used in a positive way.
It's really cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Really cool.
So tell me about, on the flip side, a more difficult day. What would make really a day where you're just, wringing your hands and feeling frustrated?
So there isn't a lot that really frustrates me or the team, but we get quite frustrated with approval times. But the flip side of that is when we get those approvals, it can make for a really great day. So for us, it's just, so even if it's designing artwork and we have to wait for the approval for that, and we're sat there like, I don't want to get this printed.
Yeah,
so it can turn a really frustrating day into such a great day when we get those approvals.
Oh, that you are, extremely low maintenance there, if that's the only
we really are. We just crack
on. So moving on from difficult days, and I think that's really nice, because that's clearly, a positive mindset, which is always, I think makes everybody's life easier. What if you could give 3 awards, what would your awards be, and who would get the awards? Who would win them?
So we had this discussion across client services yesterday when we were all in the office together.
It's a good question, right?
It is, and we were very quick with our answers. So we've gone for the best serotonin booster award to Lenny Smith, Stewart's dog.
Oh, great winner. Absolutely well deserved.
Absolutely wonderful
Lenny
winner.
makes everybody happy.
He's our best serotonin booster. Serotonin.
I know
booster.
what you mean.
Serotonin booster. It's my new thing.
He's a dopamine dog.
Right, dopamine doggy. Love that. Most supportive person, we've gone for Hannah Bicknell in HR, because she looks after us all and supports us all, especially when we need it the most, and we're feeling a little bit vulnerable, and she'll look after us, and we really appreciate Hannah and everything she does for us.
I think Hannah must literally hold on to so many other people's problems. She's absolutely compassionate and caring. What a perfect HR manager she is.
Star human. And then our last one is our always there to help and goes above and beyond is Millie Losty from Field Support.
Ah,
absolute angel, will spend time helping anybody that she can. We really appreciate Millie in client services.
everybody needs a Millie in their life.
Everyone needs a Millie.
Someone who is just happy and willing and good grace and enthusiastic. Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
we love a Millie. So what are they? Excellent. I mean, it's nice that you've branched out of your own department as well. It goes to show, nice connection. So what is the most common question that you get from charity partners?
So we actually had a look through our emails, and the most common question we have been given is, could you please pass on this amazing fundraiser feedback?
Oh, that is amazing. How lovely is that?
It's really good. We checked, and then that's what it was.
That literally is.
Yeah, literally, we get a lot of amazing emails from our charity partners and from other departments just saying, can you pass this amazing feedback on? So
well, and I do see a lot of that amazing feedback which ends up being shared in the newsletter and then onwards to even social media and stuff. So it's again another reiterating and confirming that you're doing a good job, and that
really
fundraisers
cool.
are smashing it out of the park. Charity link fundraisers are the best, there's no doubt about
they
that.
are.
So what if any impact are you seeing on our charity partners thanks to the cost of living crisis? Because this is obviously a hot topic in 2023.
Of course. So we haven't heard, like, cost of living isn't coming back as a rejection at all. It's not coming back as an objection. It's here and there, very small amounts. So even though times are tough, the public is still amazing and want to support our incredible charities.
That is amazing. I am surprised at that, actually.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Having written blogs and following the kind of charity sector, we are seeing a drop in donations. What we're seeing actually is not a drop in the number of donors, but the amount that they're able to give. So, and actually, there's something called inverse giving, which is a really interesting phenomena where when people are challenged, like, not to give, obviously you won't give, because they then give to almost prove a point. And an interesting story that comes to mind about that was how Nigel Farage made a claim that the RNLI, so this is the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, I'm going to say the I stands for, but he said, oh, they're a taxi service for refugees. He made this comment about them, they're a boat taxi for refugees. And off of the back of that, the RNLI was overwhelmed by a massive surge of donations. And that's inverse giving. So that's people going, actually, that's wrong. That's not how we feel. And we're going to put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Really, really heartening how the British public are notoriously generous. We are one of the top 5 countries globally who give to charity. And it's just it's a lovely part of our culture and one I'm very proud of. But yeah,
absolutely.
The cost of living crisis, I guess.
Stubborn.
Pardon?
We're also notoriously stubborn. So if someone says something that we don't like, we will do the very British thing and go, well, I'm going to donate to that then.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. So that's really heartening that cost of living isn't coming up as an objection, because I actually thought you were going to say different to that.
Nope.
So if you had a magic wand, what would you change for charities from your perspective?
So we were discussing this again as a team yesterday, because we do a lot as a team. Excuse me. We would like to see them get more help from the government to support the wonderful work they do. If we could, that's what we would ask for.
Going back to the objections, there's a lot of people, or they're called the non-donors, people who just don't believe in charity and therefore just do not donate under the reasoning that they think the government should be solving these problems. And if you're giving to charity, you're kind of excusing the government and allowing them to sidestep because you're doing it for them. And I see the logic there, but there is definitely an argument, to say that the government, there's certain problems in society that shouldn't be happening, really, and charities shouldn't have to be stepping in. But if they don't, then what kind of a state are people and those beneficiaries in need going to be in? So it's a bit of a chicken and egg. So how do you think, so talking more generally about Charity Link, how do you think Charity Link are different to other agencies?
So how are we different to other agencies? We use our own unique pitch material. I know that because I design a lot of it. So I know it's unique. And we really pride ourselves on being brand ambassadors. Each one of our fundraisers goes out there with pride, knowing that they are on behalf of the charity. So I think that's what makes us different, is the true passion and care that not only head office, but each fundraiser puts into what they do.
Yeah, and I guess the learning and development, the training academy and the compliance angle, it's all very much about making sure, you know, we don't give our charities any reason whatsoever to be worried. It's like, no, we've got your back. We will make sure that we represent you as well as we would our own company. As far as we're concerned, we are 100% partners and work together in that way. If you could choose our next, you beat me to it. If you could choose our next charity partner, what charity would you choose and why?
So we went for, in client services, we put it out and had a conversation, and we went with Daisy's Dream. So Daisy's Dream offer professional support service, which responds to the needs of children and families affected by life-threatening illness or bereavement. They're an amazing charity and they deserve all the support in the world. So that's who we would pick, Daisy's Dream.
I will put a link in the below. I will put a link in the comments to Daisy's Dream.
Daisy's Dream. I can send you the link if you need it.
Thank you. I hadn't heard of them. Are they quite a small one?
A small and local. They're based in Bracknell, and they help look after children going through a bereavement process, or like long-term carers, or.
Yeah, they sound amazing. No, very well. All charities are worthy. All of them. They all do amazing things. So, flip-flopping back to you. What is your favorite thing about working for Charity Link? Obviously, it's me, but you know,
obviously we started at the same time. How could it not be? But it's my team. I am so lucky with my team. We work so well together and we get on as friends as well, which is lovely. We're very open, and as you might have noticed through this, I keep saying we discussed it as a team, because we believe that honesty is the best policy. We chat through everything, so everyone's in the know. No one's feeling like they're not allowed to know how I do my job. I feel like I can know how to do everybody else's job, because we are very open and honest. We were an incredible set of eyes for Tom Swallow. What can I say?
Well, 100%. It's important to be supportive to team members, but also not have that culture of sharing and transparency, and you know, a sense of, I've got your back. I'm not here as your competitor. I'm here as your teammate, and we've got the same goals. So you know, if there's a problem, it isn't about throwing each other under the bus. It's about like, right, okay, let's fix this together, and then what do we do next time to make sure that doesn't happen? There's no blame.
Exactly, and that's how we very much view it. There is obviously a flowchart of how client services work, but that's not how client services work. We're all equals. We just have a conversation. Some of us know how to do things better than others, and we go to that person. It's really lovely.
Yeah, it sounds like a great team. And a final question, you know, I can't believe we're at the end already. Do you think, or what do you think Charity Link does particularly well? And this is similar to the sort of other question a bit, but what do you think, if we were going to win awards, and we have won an award, we are award winning, but if you were going to win an award, gosh, Melanie, come on, out with the sentence. Which award? What do you think we do particularly well?
So we had a discussion about it in client services.
Did you? I can't believe it.
We like to have, well, as I said, very open and honest team. Charity Link, we think, is incredibly professional. We're not cowboys. We do things right, and we do it by the letter, and we do it by the book, which makes us the industry leaders. This is why we're so good, because we work so closely with the CIOF, and we're all very professional across the board, from fundraisers to head office staff to anybody representing us. We're all very professional, polite, lovely, and we know what we're doing. So I think we'd win the award for just being the best. If there was just an award, I think so too.
there are a lot of fundraising agencies out there, and from what I can see and what I have learned, we definitely are a very well-oiled machine, shall I say.
We really are, and we're so lucky with our fundraisers. They're all so professional. They go out there every day. They act as sort of these massive brand ambassadors for each charity they go out there for. And with every no, they keep their confidence up, they keep their spirits up. And I'm so proud of each and every one of them for the hard work that they do every single day.
It really is a phenomenally challenging job, and to do it on repeat, day after day, week after week, month after month, it takes a very resilient, very stoic, very focused type of mindset. And I feel the same way. The fundraisers are our everyday heroes and our bread and butter, and we all think they're amazing. Well, thank you, Beth. Thank you so much for your time in this interview. It's been amazing getting an insight into client services and the workings of your team. I hope everybody's enjoyed listening to this podcast and will join us for the next time for the daily fundraise. And we're wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us.